do memes as they currently now as toys, do they function in that same way to you? Because I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't feel like they have that same sort of bridge creating context. They're more like, they're more dispassionate, or not dispassionate, but just like they're more nebulous than that to me.
I would say both to that, if you're asking me.
Yeah.
I would say that they are colder, or I forget what the word you just used, but
cold's a better word.
Colder, gooder.
Gooder.
Colder. They are colder and dispassionate is what it was.
Yeah.
And I think the reason for that, we're recontextualizing images and putting text over them because A, it's quick. B, it doesn't take a lot of energy, and C, it gets across an exact concept in a way that we might not be able to put it across as well as something that someone else has experienced in the media. And personally, my thought is we're all tired. Kids are tired. Adults are tired. We're all tired. We are all tired. We're tired of making money. We're tired of being profitable. We're tired.
Well,
so when somebody wants to say something, they're like, here, look at this image. Look at that image. Look at that image. I got to go to bed. Like,
That's kind of actually something that I wanted to circle back to, which was you were talking about memes as toys. And I was going to raise this point because this is something I brought up earlier in the episode. The artistic nature, particularly of them, where it is kind of corrupted in terms of memes because you don't make a meme, laugh at it, and then delete it. Like, you make a meme to be shared. Do you know what I'm saying? So that other people experience it. So it's really that, like, you make a meme, you post a meme, and then you sit there for 20 minutes and you hope it gets liked and retweeted and, people are screenshotting it and trying to take it for themselves and this and that. Whereas for a toy, like I was talking about when I was younger, it was just me. Like we were talking about, like that was my coping mechanism. Like if I didn't have a friend around, I could make a story between two toys, and the only thing I was out to justify was me. So I'm curious to know if that really has to do with the corruption of art in a sense, because nowadays I have the hardest time when I'm making my filmmaking stuff. I know in my head the lesson is make it for yourself. If you wouldn't enjoy it, don't do it. Like da 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 da. But at the same time, I overanalyze every scene that I write, every line of dialogue, every character that I inject. It's like, are they going to like this? Or is this too edgy? Or is this going to offend somebody? Or is this going to be... It's all about everybody else. So I'm curious to know, do you think memes really do fall into the toy spectrum because they are more about connecting with people as opposed to just the artistic self-gratification? If that makes sense?
No, it's a good counterpoint that you're bringing up, Jow.
I agree with everything that Joker said.
Yeah.
Like, he was blowing my mind before with that whole analogy, but you know what I mean? I was just looking at that other side of the coin where it's like, I love the innocence of toys where it's just about, or a better word I guess would be, is the selfishness of toys where it doesn't have to be about other people. It could literally just be about me. I want to see. I never saw a movie where the Joker punched Batman off the castle of Wayne Manor. I'm gonna do that right now, and Batman's gonna fall, and he's gonna do this or do that or whatever it may be. Like there's some artistic merit in that whole. Well, this is what I wanted to see. Fuck the rest of you guys. I'm doing it.
So, in terms of that, and I'd like to build on what you're offering, Jow. So yes. Your play sessions were just for you, and mine were just for me. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And that's what we love about it. Let me not sully that point. But I would argue that, yes, memes are absolutely toys, but they are now, we can no longer keep our play sessions for ourselves. Everything has to be on you. People are sharing video games that they would play by themselves in their house.
It drives me nuts. I never got into that fad where people watch other people play video games. I hated it as a kid. Where it's like, oh, there's only 2 controllers. It's a 2-player game, and there's 3 of us. Well, what the fuck am I gonna like? I don't get that secondhand living vicariously through another player type thing. But I understand what you're going with it.
I don't know, Jow. In your background, if you ever had Let me ask you this before I make my next point.
Sure.
Did you, Jow, ever have a moment where you brought a toy for show and tell, or you brought a toy to play with others with, and people made fun of your toy? And they didn't like it the way that you did?
I can't cite a specific example, but I can tell you that I can definitely, like, I got like a PTSD maybe where it's like I blocked the memory out, but I can definitely understand the emotion of that rejection. So I feel like I have.
Well, and I mean, in some ways, you're getting it now with your man cave when people don't care about your Dracula
Absolutely.
setup.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what I would argue then, or what I guess it's not an argument as much as I'd posit, memes are toys that you can't keep for yourself. All of our toys now have to be shared for judgment by the play yard. And you're hoping people like them. You're hoping people like them because you're hoping people like you.
Right.
And you've attached your identity to that in the same way that you would privately attach your identity to Batman punching Joker off Wayne Manor.
That's true.
And that was for you to develop yourself privately, and then you could go out into the world with your more developed self and function more adequately in a social sense.
So basically,
but now,
my
you are
private
developing in a social sense in public.
You're saying basically my private sessions were practice.
Correct.
Okay, I can see that.
Work of childhood, practicing to be.
That's fair.